Bitch, I just found a new TV series, y'all. Listen, I just stumbled upon Full Circle on HBO Max. Bruh. It is so good. There's only 2 episodes out. It dropped July 13th, which was the past Thursday. So it's still brand new, but there are 2 episodes out and it immediately caught my attention. Let me tell you why. The cast, amazing. Jharrel Jerome, CCH Pounder, Azazie Beast, Dennis Quaid, Claire Danes, like, come on. So it's a crime thriller too. So I was like, oh, I'm invested. Let me see what this is about. So basically, what it's about is there's this family. Honestly, it's ironic because CCH is Guyanese. She was born in Guyana. And this series is about this powerful Guyanese family in New York. And honestly, it gives like the mob vibes. It feels like they're very much the mob, okay? Mob boss, top dog is CCH. In the series, she's Mrs. Mahabir. Mrs. M is what they call her. She's top dog, okay? She's calling the shots. Below her is her right-hand man, Garmin Harry. Below that, it's Paul. Below that is Aked. Aked is played by Jharrel Jerome. That's her nephew. And below that are 2 other guys from Guyana that Mrs. M recruited for this thing she had to take care of. So the series opens with a hit. This guy named Edward Chung, he's like this Asian guy, kills somebody. We can't see who he killed, but it was like a hit. And then he got a duffel bag full of money from the person that he killed. So then the next scene is the funeral, okay? The funeral's over. Aked, who is Mrs. M's nephew, played by Jharrel Jerome, is like, look, we heavy in these streets. You know what I'm saying? We have to respond. We need some get back. We have to respond. So Mrs. M is like, you know what? We are gonna respond, and I'm gonna let you get into that when we do it. But right now, I need to go find answers. So the guy that was killed was Mrs. M's brother-in-law. His name is Quincy. So she's like, I need to go find answers first so I can see how we need to proceed and respond or whatever. So she goes back to Guyana. She's speaking with this like spiritual leader, and she basically is asking him, why has there been so much misfortune in my family? How do we fix this? There's been deaths, there's been this and that. So basically he says, look, I can connect you, or I can connect you with the person who is responsible for causing this misfortune for your family. But in return, you have to inflict the same pain that he experienced on his behalf. So basically, you have to do something for him, then everything will be even, and then there will no longer be misfortune on your family. So basically, what she has to do is they give her like a picture of this like prestigious white family. One of the guys, he's like a famous chef, like his name is Chef Jeff. He's played by Dennis Quaid. He's kind of like a Chef Ramsay, I guess. So he's like the prominent, like, paternal figure in the picture of this white family. But the person that Mrs. M has to take out, has to kill, is the grandson. And he can't be no more than like 16, 17. His name is Jared. So that is her mission. She has to take him out. I don't know what the backstory is there and why she has to take that boy out, but she starts putting motions in plan to take this boy out, and it has to happen at a certain time in a certain place for it to happen, so that this circle of misfortune will be like released from her family. So she recruits a couple of guys from Guyana, a couple of shooters from out of town, you know what I'm saying, so that they can work for her. They're indebted to her. She's providing room and board for them, but they have to work for her. So she's putting this whole plan together to take out this white boy. So just trying to give my overarching views without spoiling like the details. But somehow these 2 families are connected. This prominent white family with the patriarch being the famous Chef Jeff, and then this influential mob-like Guyanese family with the head boss, the head matriarch being Mrs. M. She has to right a wrong, so she has to take out the grandson over here. But there's a backstory there. They haven't gotten to it yet because there's only 2 episodes. But things get really crazy when they try to put together this plan to take this boy out. Of course, they run into obstacles, things don't happen like they're supposed to, and shit just escalates like at a crazy level. But it's very suspenseful. Like I said, it's a crime thriller. There's only 2 episodes, but I watched both of them yesterday. They were so good. And I feel like this is a series that if you like crime thrillers, you're gonna want to get in on this from the beginning. I think personally, there's only 2 episodes out. So, and I think here going forward is probably gonna be like 1 episode drop per week. But I was on the edge of my seat, you know, with these 2 prominent families, like having some sort of intertwined history that hasn't been unveiled yet, but obviously at some point, you know, as the series progresses, they'll unveil that history to us. But again, I mean, the cast is more than enough to get into the series. You guys check out the full Circle on HBO Max and let me know what you thought about it. Deuces. Okay guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn those notifications on so you can see what I'm watching next time.